Hello and welcome in once again. It's your boy Serge, man. How are you? Another episode of astrophysics, man. Let's get to it, man. So lately we've been covering destiny cards, and so if you are equipped to the knowledge, kudos to you. If not, I advise you guys to do a little research and figure out what your destiny card is. I'm gonna go through all 52 cards of the deck, so feel free to follow my page, and I'll keep you posted. If you are able to figure out when your what your birth card is, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Hit me up, and I will be sure to do a kind of one-on-one or a special on your card if I haven't already did so. All right. So before we go ahead and take off, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it, man. Today is a good one. It's a good one. We're gonna do the King of Spades, man. All right, so the King of Spades. Ooh wee! If you got any experience with the regular playing card deck, you know the King of Spades trumps all. You ever been in a casino and they're like, "Oh yeah, if you got a Royal Flush and Hearts, a Royal Flush and Spades, the Royal Flush and Spades win." It seems like it's the same hand, but Spades trumps all at the end of the day. And I don't think that's by coincidence. These cards are very historical, and they hold a lot of wisdom within them. You know what I mean? If you can get acclimated and get into it and log in. But so yeah, the King of Spades. Okay, so there's only one birthday. There's only one day you could be born on and be the King of Spades. All right. Y'all probably won't guess, but hey, it is January 1st. So New Year's Day, man. You ever seen any New Year's babies? They always make a note to put them in the newspaper or something, make a big deal out of it, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's a really rare birthday, all right? So if you the King of Spades, just know you are a lucky dog this go around. This is the most powerful card in the deck, all right? This one it rules supreme. They say that really possessing the King of Spades is like you possessing all the kings. And the different suits represents the different elements. Hearts be, emotions and things like that. You got your clubs representing thought or intellect, your diamonds representing finances and material values, and then your spades representing the old season and being one of the elders, serious documents, paperwork, legal work. And so, yeah, let's get into it. All right. So, yeah, first of all, to give you an idea of, some famous people or some celebrities that happen to be the King of Spades, I'm just going to rattle off a couple of them. So the first one is Morris Chestnut. I'm sure he had a long run and being very famous, and he was very sought after by the women, and I don't think that's by mistake, and I'll get into why in a minute. Another one is Ice Spice. I don't know if y'all ever heard of little Ice Spice. She's a little young woman out of New York or whatever. To me, not the best rapper, but lo and behold, she has found her stardom, found her place in the industry, and I would bet that is because she's the King of Spades, man, the King of Spades. And then last but not least, we'll do George Washington Carver. This was a revolutionary, someone that was a inventor, someone that made a lot of different things, probably that you might not even think of or know of. But I'm not going to give you a history lesson. You will have to go and search that up for yourself. All right, man. So yeah, who is the King of Spades? What is the King of Spades? The King of Spades, first of all, is a lawman. All right. The King of Spades is a person. This could be a person with a dangerous occupation. This could be a sergeant, a lieutenant, somebody that is the Secretary of Defense. This is a man with a very dangerous job. This could be an assassin, right? This could be somebody that it works for a higher up government agency. This could be somebody that is a lone ranger, a spy, a Walker Texas Ranger, Chuck Norris type. You know what I mean? Like type of guy. Like that's the type of energy surrounding this. All right. They have very much power, all right, and the things that they say and the things that they do, and just naturally, things are gravitating towards them. All right, this influence, they could be a judge. These people could be, prosecutors. All right, so just want to give you a little idea of what that King of Spades looks like whenever you see him in the deck, whenever you see him on the table, whenever you see him on the chessboard. All right, make no mistake, this person, even if they present themselves as, innocent, or, just basically gullible, like they're not able to do much in the realm. It's all a facade, brother. It's cap. I'm trying to tell you. If you run into a king of spades, understand they know, just like, you may know, if you hip to the knowledge, or if you hip to these things. They are not confused about anything. These people are very strategic, all right, very analytical, all right, they're very manipulative, and they're once again very dangerous. All right, so if you're dealing with one of these, you gotta make sure that you stay in dangerous. All right. With that being said, if you're the king of spades, you can very much be susceptible to cults, all right, to underground spiritual realms. These people could be easily masons. They've done their knowledge. They have an older soul, right? And they're able to see things in a way that most people might not ever be able to see. I like to look at it from the birth of a heart, right? Your heart is going to be your younger type of suit energy. All right. Let's be real. This is my belief. I don't want to make you believe what I believe or how we look at it. But, from a perspective of young to older souls, your hearts are relatively your younger stages of soul, right? These people are still, learning the births of life, the fruits, the waters growing and things of that nature. All right, then you got your clubs. This is when you come out of, self, and you start representing and understanding the outside world, the external world, how it measures up with material values and things like that. All right. But you just become more aware of yourself, right? All right. So I didn't mean to brush off as much into diamonds. That's more of a diamonds thing once you get the values and stuff. But you're at least aware of those type of things. You're aware of the impact that you're making on the external world. All right. Then you get into the diamonds, and that's more of the material values and finances, and kind of like that middle age type of person that they finally have figured out how the stock market, how the economy works, right? And they're all the way in it. And then you have the well-seasoned vets, which is those spades, And to make more sense of it, there's so deep that you can get within the Destiny cards. That's why, like I said, if you guys do want any additional info on this, I would love to get into all the nitty gritty. But like I said, springtime represents hearts. So spring and hearts are associated with clubs, and summer are associated with each other. Your diamonds and the fall are associated with each other. And then you got your spades and your winter, where everything is associated with it. So if you think of it from that perspective, it might shed light on, how ones is coming out here in this universe, baby. So yeah, let's get back to the King of Spades. The King of Spades is going to have really anything that the King of Spades is wanting to manifest. They are master manifestors, right? They have the world at their disposal, and they just really get lucky when it comes to any kind of legal matters, when it comes to any kind of serious documentation, inheritances. All right. If there was an insurance policy, or you ever seen, the type of person that they might have been driving on the road in some kind of company car from some $500 million industry, sideswipe their car and they got a big insurance claim. That's the type of energy that we're talking about. These people are going to be masters when it comes to the legal realm, legal aspect, because it's very associated with the planet Saturn. All right. And so, Saturn is, has a lot to do with the conflict, a lot to do with work, a lot to do with, serious business affairs. All right. And legal matters. So keep that in mind. And make sure you're very aware when you come into contact with a King of Spades, because they are not going to play no games with you. They are very equipped to what's going on in the spiritual realm. They can sometimes appear very appeasing, very affectionate, very, understanding and loving, but whole time they could be very manipulative. All right. They got that one switch on them. They got that hit switch on them, baby. So becoming aware and understanding how these effects work, and how, each card is set on the table in life is very important. especially if you're just new to this, new to spirituality, and you're getting acclimated with what your card entails, and how you can use the creativeness of your card, or the powers of your card, to kind of make something out of nothing, right? I like to look at it as like a game of spades or a game of hearts. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might get those hands where you don't got a lot of you're not working with much, right? But if you learn how to count the cards, if you learn certain people's tendencies, if you learn how to work with your partner, all right, your significant other, and you will learn how to work with your partner and read what's going on at the table, that will better equip you with the tools that you need to succeed in this little realm that we exist in this plane that we existed in. So y'all let me know if that makes sense for y'all, man. Hopefully I wasn't too confusing, or I ain't throw anybody off. Like I said, if y'all do have any questions, please feel free to tap in with your boy. I'm here. We locked in. This is what we do. All right. This is scientific experimentation. This is astrophysics, man. So make sure you reach out, hit that like button, subscribe button, and be like, yo, what did you mean you're in here? And I would love to clear that up for you. All right. Until next time, boys and ladies, see ya.